Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of CoinNewsExtra interview session. So, it's a program where we invite industry experts and leaders to talk about the state of blockchain and cryptocurrency in the area or globally. So, today we'll be talking about insight on the impact of blockchain in finance, and we have an expert and educator in the ecosystem. She is Lori Souza. Lori Souza is educator and moderator of Women in Crypto and also producer YouTube Innovative Economy. It's a pleasure to have you, Lori.
Thank you so much, Lee, for having me. I'm glad to be here.
It's our pleasure to have you. So Lori is joining us from the United States. Lori, how is the ecosystem, the blockchain ecosystem in the United States?
Well, we have a lot of movement going on and a lot of interest in blockchain and cryptocurrency. We're still not mainstream, but we still do see a lot of people becoming interested and wondering what this alternative asset is.
Indeed, that's nice. So today we'll be talking about insight on the impact of blockchain in finance. But before we go straight to that, could you just tell us a brief about you?
Yeah, absolutely. So I became interested in cryptocurrency in 2016. Prior to that, I worked in technology and engineering, and I was affected by a recession. It was the dot-com recession when I worked in technology, and the company I worked for had closed their doors due to the dot-com recession. And so that meant 1,500 people had lost their jobs. And so that included myself. And I was left with no job and kids to feed and bills to pay. And the industry was changed because that was when the mainstream computer came about. Well, it was at that time I started my own business and have been working, and I saw the concept of cryptocurrency and Bitcoin as a possibility of a storage of value. I understood the concept, having gone through a recession myself and been affected by a recession myself. And I see the same thing happening today in our economy, where we're not only affected, also affected by a technological change, and that's in the digital economy we're in right now. So I honestly believe that this is an opportunity for people to become educated and learn about a better system or an alternative possibility of finance from personal experience.
Interesting. That's nice. What have you been in the finance sector, in the policies around this? I've seen the challenges facing this sector. So, what area of finance has blockchain brought transformation?
Well, absolutely in the area of markets. So what we're seeing is a lot of the dollars in the marketplace that are in the stock market and invested in treasuries, those dollars are actually moving over into Bitcoin and into Ethereum. And so these are cryptocurrency assets that are built on the Ethereum and the Bitcoin blockchains. And we see investors moving millions of fiat, millions of US dollars over into cryptocurrency as an alternative asset, as an alternative store of value. With our markets becoming so volatile, and with the future of blockchain technology, it makes sense that this is the direction we're moving.
Interesting. Also, you've seen how the world, or the challenge the world is facing, and people now looking for alternative because of many areas of human life and businesses have been really hit by the COVID-19. Do you think cryptocurrency is going to be adopted by banks and other financial institutions?
That's a very good question, and that seems to be a lot of people asking that question. So we see that certain cryptocurrencies are going to be used by financial institutions, the major banks, and a lot of the banks right now are creating what they call stable coins or CBDCs. Now, a CBDC is a central bank digital currency, and that's going to be the bank's their own token, so to speak. So if you're looking at JP Morgan, Chase Bank in the United States is one of the top 3 banks. JP Morgan or Chase Bank is coming out with their own coin. It's called the JP Morgan coin. And so it's only being tested right now. It's not on the institutional investor level, but it has not yet been released to the public. It's just being tested. So what we see is, yes, the implementation of cryptocurrency is going to be adopted by the banks. However, the very nature of cryptocurrency is a DeFi, decentralized finance. But the banks are going to be implementing a hybrid. That would be a centralized, a permissioned, so to speak, blockchain, which uses a hybrid of DeFi and centralized with their organization. And we do see a bank in Barbados, bank, which just did release their CBDC, the central bank digital currency.
Interesting. Thank you
So
very
it is
much.
happening. We're digitizing. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Finally, before we draw the curtain on today's episode of CoinNewsExtra interview session, you've seen how things are transforming and moving, most especially in the finance sector. Everything is moving to going digital. So, but do you think there is a bright future for finance when it comes to blockchain application?
Absolutely. The good news about blockchain is that it offers distributed ledger technology, DLT. Distributed ledger technology is ledger, which is a transparent transaction. So nobody can change the books or change the decimal place of the 0. And when a transaction is complete, it's immutable. That means nobody can go back and change it. And there is a record discretion on whether that transaction took place. We can always go back and look on the blockchain. And with this technology, not only is it public and transparent, but we also call it borderless as well, and immutable, which is unchangeable. So these are very good bookkeeping, very good accounting practices to have, that we have technology taking care of for us. So it offers a global system, really.
Interesting. Thank you very much, Laurie Souza, for joining us today.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure
Well,
to
thank
have
you
you.
very much for